Welcome back.
Welcome back.
All right, welcome back. Today we have Dominick Comer, the owner of Keller Williams in Brighton.
Yep.
How's it going, man?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good.
What's up, man?
What's going on, buddy?
Not much.
All right, so we were supposed to be somewhere else today, and obviously things have to change. So we'll talk about that later on. But we wanted to figure out somebody we could talk to, and there's so much buzz about real estate that we figured let's go to an expert in the area right now. And Dominick, tell us about you and how you got in the industry.
Oh man, where do I begin? I got into real estate as a Hail Mary for my life.
Love it.
I'm not educated. I dropped out of high school. I didn't go to college. I worked at Ford Motor Company right out of high school. And when I bought my first house, my real estate agent, her name was Christy, she planted a seed with me and said, Dominick, you should be in real estate with me, not working in a factory. And I said, oh, Christy, you're crazy.
I hate people.
How could yeah. At the plant I did.
Sure.
I said, I could never do a commission-only job. That was, right? I was making decent money. I was 24
Right, exactly.
years
You
old.
think you have a consistent paycheck coming in, you need something lucrative.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is that I never stopped thinking about her seeing something else in me that nobody else saw.
Sure.
Right? So she planted a little seed in my brain, and I had limiting beliefs around it. I thought, nobody's going to take me seriously. I don't dress up. I'm covered in tattoos.
Just some bum. Who's this guy?
It's just
I
some
wouldn't
bum.
buy a house
I am
from him.
not educated.
Right.
I honestly, I didn't really know my way around a computer. I didn't feel like I was qualified to be a real estate agent.
Okay.
Back then, it was 2000 and, well, she said that in 2004.
Right before the bubble.
Right before the bubble, yeah. I was buying at the top of the market at that time. And back then, real estate agents were wearing suits and ties, and they were, driving Cadillacs,
Right.
and I was doing none of those things.
More of that like professional, like upper echelons kind of, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was stiff.
Mm-hmm.
So like so actually along the way, as time went on, and I've always ridden motorcycles, and I would drive past, billboards, real estate people, billboards. And along the way, my wife and I could be driving down the road, and I would say, I could be a real estate agent and have one of these billboards, and I could be the tattooed real estate agent, because there wasn't
Sure.
any,
No,
right?
right.
Not that you knew
get that
of.
niche.
Yeah.
Something that people can connect with.
Right.
Harley riding
Right.
realtor,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So I just kind of always cultivated in my mind that little seed that she planted. And one day, luckily, when I met my wife, she was becoming a nurse when I met her. She was in nursing school. And I was in
She had her life together. You didn't have yours. You didn't know what the hell was
She
going
was
on.
way
She had
too,
a path.
She's way too good for
I feel
me.
like a lot of wives tend to save their husbands, because my wife definitely saved me when we started dating.
Yeah.
I'm a lost soul, and she's, come here, bring
Yeah,
it
exactly.
in. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like wives do that.
100%,
Yeah.
man. That is the truth.
Yep.
She was way too good for me, is way too good for me.
Right. Don't say was.
Yeah.
No, it still is. Yep.
Is.
Yep.
And she said, you've always talked about real estate. Why don't you give it a shot? And at that time, it was 2012. It was either I go get my real estate license and be successful at it, or I get to maybe go change oil because I failed.
Sure.
Right?
Again, you didn't finish with college, and you
Yeah.
know that, because when did you graduate?
2000. I would have graduated in 2001. I
Okay.
think.
So, yeah,
And I
graduate
dropped
anywhere
out
in like
before
those early 2000s, stuff like that. I know that they really push like, go own a business for college. Everyone wanted to go to school for business.
Yep.
And then after that, it was like, oh, the business thing's kind of closing. Everyone go to school for nursing. And then everyone was going, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, I feel like that was like a generation that we all got pushed to go to college, to take out student loans, to, you have to do this, you have to do that. And I think that was intimidating to a lot of people,
Yeah.
especially like myself. I didn't finish college. Like, I'll admit it, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
went to classes, I'm thousands of dollars in debt. I met my wife because of it, but I didn't finish college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I seem to do okay now. It's just, that's not, you don't always have to finish. You don't have to have a degree if you're passionate about something.
That's right.
Do you know what I
that's
mean?
the truth, man.
And you don't need one to make a life worth living.
Right,
Right?
absolutely.
No, that's
Nope.
the truth too. And I didn't know any of that before this. I just knew, so just so there's not a gap in my history. I took the buyout from Ford in 2007.
Right at the crash. Yep.
Oh,
Right?
sure. Yep.
When they were offering that, trying to pay people to get out of there because they were going to lay everybody off anyway.
Yep.
So I took that buyout knowing that no matter what, I was not going to spend the next 25 or whatever years in the plant
Yep.
waiting to die. I
Right.
wasn't going to do that.
Like that
So-
wasn't your plan. That
No.
wasn't what you came out of high school thinking this is what I'm going to do. You weren't going to be,
Yeah.
just every day moving things around. Like,
No, it was not. No, luckily, I went with my gut and said, "I'll take the risk, get out of this plant, lose all my benefits, and go start over because I think that I can go work for myself somehow." So becoming a real estate agent was the profession that I found my way into. That I could be self-employed, have no income ceiling, work the hours that I want to work, even though that's a kind of a myth.
Yep.
work when you want to work, right?
Yeah.
Right. To be really successful, you have to treat it like a business. It's not a flexible career,
24/7.
right?
24/7.
Well, even that at the beginning, yeah. Until you can create your boundaries.
Sure. Once you get your brand
build-
and once
right?
you get yourself comfortable where you're at.
Yep.
Yeah. So I ended up, I don't know, by the grace of God, passing my real estate exam because I've never passed a test in my life. Right?
feel
I get it.
It was hard.
I
It
get
was
it.
hard. And if I walked out of there and I didn't pass that test, I was probably never going back. Now, we have very successful agents in our office that have had to take the test 9 times.
Isn't that crazy?
And they're super successful.
Right.
So it's not a matter of how many times you have to take it. It was just for me, I was not going to go back in and take it a second
Right.
time.
Because you knew that if you failed it, it's like, well, not meant to be.
Yeah,
Next.
I was
You
going to
know?
go get a job at an oil change place.
Exactly, because you're like, I'm not really a school guy. Test taking's not my thing. If I pass, I'm cool. If not, well, what else can I do?
Yeah.
I get it.
So that was 2012.
That was 2013. I
Okay.
passed on October 31st. And then I went and interviewed at all the other brokerages. And I wanted to find a place where I could be trained because I didn't know anything.
Yep.
Sure.
Real estate, the 40-hour pre-licensing real estate class does not teach you how to sell real estate, right?
No, not at all. None of the classes that you go to do for
Yeah.
any business teach you the real hands-on situation.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
So I found Keller. When I found Keller online, it was a vibrant, energetic, it was a splash of this. And they had training and coaching and mentoring and technology and all the things that I knew that I needed that I didn't know anything about.
Yep.
So I joined Keller, and I like to joke and say that I was dumb enough to just do what they said, right?
Just follow it, right?
Right.
Just-
Just follow the lead.
I followed the model that they paved the way for instead of trying to do my own thing and
Sure.
figure it out. I just did what they said, and what they said was talk to enough people to let them know that you're in real estate, come to class, learn your product, which is houses,
Houses,
sure.
right? Learn the other part of your product, which is the market. So learn those 2 things, and then talk to enough people that get them to know, like, and trust you that you
Sure.
can do the job, and you'll be successful. So I did that. I would come in and I would read my scripts every day, and I would jump on the phone and I would call around
Just
in
cold
neighborhoods.
call and doing your things.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Which I know that's a dreaded thing that real estate agents hate to do. They need to have the, what do you guys call it, the office time or whatever, come
Yeah,
in,
the
you
floor
do your
time.
call, you're like, oh my God. Like, you get leads off it, but it's time consuming, it's repetitive,
Yeah.
can get annoying,
Yeah.
but you just stuck with it. And it's like you said, you did the process to prove them wrong. Like, this isn't going to work, you watch. I'm going to do what you're telling me this is stupid.
Oh yeah.
And at the time where it was suits and ties and Cadillacs and all the things, you were breaking out from the norm, showing it how to do
Backwards
it.
hat, tattoos,
Right.
beard,
I
awesome
didn't-
mustache.
Didn't have the mustache at the time early on. I didn't wear a hat to work. It was still a very old school office that I walked into.
Okay.
Even though Keller Williams was loud and vibrant online, the office that I walked into was a traditional brokerage
Still professional.
with Keller on the building, right?
Yep.
So yes, at some point I was one of the youngest people in the office, and I came in, did what they told me would make me successful, and first year in real estate, I did not sell a house for the first 6 months.
Which is standard, but people don't realize that.
happens.
It
That happens.
is, and because I stuck with it and I kept making my contacts even when it was hard and kept coming to class every day, the second 6 months of my first year, I sold, it was either 17 or 19 houses for $3.5 million in sold value.
It's a good turnaround.
Yeah.
It's a good turnaround.
Well, and so in full transparency, obviously I'm an agent in this office, so I've heard stories,
You are?
but I am. Wait, your wife's here too. Huh, weird.
I was actually just
That's where I
texting
met
her.
you from.
I was going to say funny stories. I've heard a bunch of these stories, but I've heard from other agents how you would be first person in, last person to leave, and you would not leave until every call you had to make was done.
That's right.
Because you put the work in, that's how you got the business.
That's right.
Now, there's so many stereotypes about real estate, and let's just start at the beginning. I'm new to the world. How do I get my license? If I come to you and say, Dominick, I want to get a license, how can I go about it? How can I start?
So simple.
Okay.
Keller Williams, we partnered with Kaplan University,
Okay.
and we now sponsor anyone who wants to become licensed in real estate. So basically, you could come, Nick, you could come into the office or call me and say, Dominick, I want to become licensed in real estate. I would sit down with you and learn about your goals and why you want to get licensed in real estate and learn a little bit about you. And basically, at the end of our conversation, I would just ask for your email address and your phone number and your home address, along with your name, obviously, that I would already have. And I actually, Elena, one of our director of first impressions, she would plug that into the portal in the system, and you would get a link to what's called K-Score, Keller Williams School of Real Estate. You have 6 months to finish it online.
40-hour class.
40-hour class.
You get 6 months to do it.
Yep.
So
At your own
Doable.
pace.
somebody who's got multiple jobs and kids and
Right,
stuff, they can do it on
as
their
a
own.
family, you can
That's
do it on
right.
your own time. You don't have to, show up and, I have class this morning. You
Yeah.
can just do it when you're, laying in bed at night.
You could do an hour a day.
Right. Okay.
Right.
That's a really cool process. I like
So
it.
I've gone, I've done the school, I'm licensed, right? That's it.
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything else.
Well, after you take the 40-hour pre-licensing
Okay.
class, then you have to schedule a state exam. I think it's $88 or $92.
Okay. And then I pass it.
You pass it, and you come back, and you sign up with us. I would go through exactly, a recruiting packet, basically explaining the value proposition of why Keller Williams, how the commission structure works, and typically everybody at that point signs on with us, and
That's it.
I took on the ownership role of the brokerage to help everybody that walks in the door change their lives the way that it changed mine.
Awesome.
All right, so I'm licensed. I sell houses only, nothing else. I can just sell houses?
Oh, you can sell commercial property, you can sell houses, you can do rental properties, you can help people with vacant land, you can help people with new construction. You can learn how to invest in real estate yourself, because that's how most of the world's wealth is built.
Sure.
Into 1031 exchanging, into buying apartment buildings, into buying whatever you
So
want.
even property management.
Property management, yes.
So it's not just, I got a license, I can only sell residential. I can basically do a lot of things.
Here's something cool. I always tell a new agent, whether it's career night or someone sitting in front of me, when you pass the state test for your real estate exam, they will give you what's called a pocket card. It's about the size of a credit card. Your pocket card is just a winning lottery ticket that you get to determine the value of.
Okay.
But it's the truth. You can take this license and you can go on and sell real estate for the rest of your life if you want to. You can go on to owning rental properties and being able to net more money by buying them. You can go, if you do decide to take it towards investing, you can use some of the tax code to reduce the amount of taxes that you pay by buying income properties, whether it's residential or commercial, or if it's residential that used for short-term rentals, mid-term rentals, long-term rentals, and then reduce your tax liability. You could use your real estate license to go from being a real estate agent to owning a Keller Williams brokerage or your own brokerage. It's sky's the limit. That's the beautiful thing.
That is what's cool about real estate. Is you kind of like you said before, like you create your own hours, you create your own goals.
Yeah.
You work as much as you put in is what you'll get back.
That's
you
right.
know, it's one of those jobs, not where you're punching the clock. It's not a 9 to 5. It's not, this is how much I make this week. This is my set amount. It really is like, the more, and I've seen this firsthand with my wife. It's the more time you put into it, the more time you're able to commit to it, the better the rewards.
That's
but
right.
also if you don't have as much time in this and that, and you don't get to spend that much time, then it might not be as lucrative and as busy.
Sure.
So it's, I definitely see how it can be, one of those like business opportunities that is for more people than you think, because how busy is everyone anymore? We all have families, we all have either other jobs. I mean, let's call it what it is anymore. To really have a household that's a single income household, it's really hard anymore.
Yep.
Oh, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? And I know we deal with that with my wife, to where it's like, with running the business myself, like I would love it if, you could just go back to the old times where it's like mama stays at home and she doesn't have to worry about working, but unfortunately that's not where it is anymore.
Let me ask you this. Over the time that Kaylee's been in real estate, have you referred her any people to
Yeah,
help?
there's been, when they come in the bar, and that's the thing actually what helps her when she's working at the bar.
Hi,
Hey bud, how are you?
That's
yeah,
me.
That's true. Well,
it's me.
that is a good segue actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about referred like to get on board.
No, to sell houses.
To sell-
to buy or sell a house. Like,
Yeah, actually that's
me.
it. I thought you meant like getting clientele.
Oh, no,
I was like,
that's
I've,
what I'm talking about.
I've definitely referred.
not to become an agent.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Oh yes, for clientele, yeah, absolutely. And especially with her working at the bar, it's a people-friendly environment. Especially people, they're having drinks, they're a little bit more relaxed, they're inclined to talk to people, and she'll use that opportunity to just be this and that. They'll say, oh, what else do you do? And she'll, oh, I work over at Keller Williams Living. I do this, I do that. Oh, you know what? My sister-in-law is looking about moving. Here's my card. You know what I mean? It's the word of mouth. It's just that people game.
So, in the event your wife was not licensed, okay? Let's just do a scenario real
Okay.
quick. If you got your real estate license, but your wife wasn't licensed because maybe you wanted to supplement some income yourself, we can't pay referral fees to unlicensed individuals legally at all. Okay? But if just say Kaylee's not licensed, but you had your real estate license, but you're working full time, and Jake came to the bar and he sat there and said, yeah, I'm thinking about buying a house. He's not licensed either in this scenario.
Right.
Thinking about buying a house. He's just a guy at the bar. And you said,
He's just a guy in the chair.
That's it.
That's who Jake
That's it.
really is.
That's
The guy in
right.
the chair.
Okay, here we go. Cut this off.
But if Jake said that he wanted to buy a house and you had your real estate license to supplement your income, and you said, well, Jake, if you want to buy a house, you need to go work with my buddy Dominick over there at Keller Williams. He'll help you go buy this house. He'll do everything. He'll do all the work. We partnered on this, and you referred that business to me. I helped Jake. You could get 25% of my
Just by
commission.
saying.
Just by
talking to someone, making a conversation.
By referring someone to buy or sell a house to someone that you trust,
That's
they
awesome.
can help them.
That's awesome.
And you don't have to sell that person the house,
No.
but you get partial of it
Sure.
because you're licensed.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
right? So if that's just say it's a $10,000 commission check, you get $2,500
Just for being a nice guy.
just for being a nice guy.
Huh.
Yeah, nice guy. But it's weird because, like, okay, but so he has to be active. He's got to be on the boards and all that stuff.
No.
Okay.
No, he just has to have a.
Just be licensed. Does it have to be in the state of Michigan?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't.
No.
So let's say I live in Vegas.
Yep.
Yep.
And I do sell real estate out there, and I got a client of mine is trying to move to Michigan.
Yep.
And they're like, hey, this and that, and I refer them to one of you guys. I can do that.
Yes.
As long as I'm licensed in a U.S. state,
Yep.
it can go. It doesn't have to be within the same.
Yep.
Well, that's cool.
It's crazy how that all works. Like, when I first got in, you said like everybody should have a real estate license just for that purpose alone.
I believe that. Yeah.
So let's dive into the myths of real estate, though, because
Sure.
we've touched on a little bit, right? So I get a license. I get to now choose whatever I want to work. I don't have to work that hard. People are going to come to me, right? Right? It's easy. I have a license. It's easy work.
No.
It's not a lot of work behind it. People are going to show up to me.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
At all.
But you're such this beacon of.
Well, not me exactly, but you know what I mean. Everyone should.
Who's going to gravitate to you?
So in what I've learned along the way is that in any industry, whether it's Best Buy or whether it's your business,
Sure.
right, the bar business, you have to find the leads.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You have to do marketing so that people find your business.
Absolutely.
Right? I have to do marketing so people find my business. If I want to go sell real estate to people, I have to do what's called lead generating. Every business does it. It's a sales,
every business,
right?
Every business?
Every business.
Every business does that. You're
Yeah.
right.
So in real estate, no, you don't get a real estate license and then people start falling out of the clouds saying, I want to buy now, I want to sell now.
Yeah.
You actually have to work towards it. Because like you said, somebody said, our attention span is so short right now. If you want to be someone's real estate agent, well, they have to know that you're a real estate agent, number one. They have to know that you're an active real estate agent and that you're here to help. And you kind of have to remind people all the time, like, be in their world in some way, shape, or form. This is a relationship business.
It is.
Right?
It is.
It's not a sales business. The more people who I'm in relationship with that know, like, and trust me, and also know that I'm a real estate professional, the more houses I will sell.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
But it doesn't mean I sit back and just expect everybody to remember that I'm the real estate
Right,
professional.
you got to reach out to people. You know,
Stay in touch.
I know Kales does that every now and then. She'll be like, I'm gonna reach out to some people I haven't spoke with in a while, this and that. And she has some people that she's been working with since the first year she got into it, that they buy and flip houses, and she won't talk to them. And then she'll think, I'm going to reach out to them, and all of a sudden they text her and they're like, hey, we're looking again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's because she's developed such a good relationship with them that they've gone and done half a dozen houses at this point, but they know, hey, that's who we call. We got people that just call Jake, just call Dom. Like, you guys have people that have trusted you, they like you, you stay connected with them.
Yeah, through lead generation and follow up. That's a big part of our job.
So the other thing I have is, I got my license, and I'm by myself. I have to do this all by myself, right? Are there different paths in real estate? Like, is there a way I could be with somebody else? Can I partner with somebody? Or
Sure.
what are the levels I can be, especially in the Keller Williams world, what levels can I be in it?
Yeah, that's a great question. Immediately when somebody walks in as a new agent in our office, they either get partnered with a mentor for their first 4 transactions, which is a veteran agent that's going to be there by your side to help walk you through the process of a real estate transaction. So you can feel comfortable. They're either that or they can join a real estate team.
Okay.
We have multiple different real estate teams under the umbrella of Keller Williams. Many people think that those are their own individual brokerages out there in the world, but they're actually here with us. Big businesses, very big businesses. Those teams, sometimes they provide you with leads, right? So you don't have to go cold call your way to success.
Right, you pay them a certain fee that then they will then generate towards you.
That's right. They'll generate leads from the internet, from other listings, that people click on the internet, and then your lead generation time then is to call and follow up with those people until they're ready to buy or sell. That's a portion of the value of a team. The other portion is that some of the teams will employ administrative staff to take care of marketing and administrative support with the paperwork and the transaction coordinating along the way, and some of the marketing. I said marketing already.
So if you just want to be a pretty face, essentially, like Jake.
Yes, exactly.
You just want to be a pretty face that sells, he could join a team, and pretty much all he has to do is walk around, use that radio voice of his,
okay, here we go.
Sell some houses, and all that extra work and all that whatnot, like being part of a team, they can take care of that behind the scenes.
That's right.
And he can just focus on his customer interaction and everything like that. He doesn't have to worry about, did I dot the right I, did I cross the right T?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry about that.
That's
so that way
right.
he can expand his craft more to just the people person that he is.
So so the way that I explain that is there's 184 tasks to a real estate transaction for an individual agent.
101 to who?
184.
Gross.
Yeah. And by doing those all by yourself, you get to make up to 100% of your commission.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
In the event you join a team, depending on their value proposition, you might only have to do there's going to be a handful more, but lead generation, lead follow-up, going on appointments, negotiating contracts, and learning. Those are the 5 best money-making activities that a real estate agent can do. The rest of the 179 are leveraged by the team that you then pay a split of your commission to because they're paying for the overhead.
Sure.
Right? It's just a different business model.
Right,
There's
absolutely.
multiple different business models. It's kind of a choose your own adventure. Anytime an agent walks through the door here, they're either going to be an empire builder that goes on to build their millionaire real estate team, an individual agent that can also go on to build their own individual, millionaire real estate business,
Sure.
which we've seen, or be a team agent that is highly leveraged, doing less tasks on a transaction, of the transaction, still being there for your clients in all of the ways. Just more leverage, and then you just pay a different split to the business. Basically, when I like to walk in, or when somebody walks in, I like to say, if you're coming in to do this full time, what kind of income do you need to make? Most people say, I want to make $100,000.
Sure.
I can show you the path to $100,000 4 different ways.
But it's not just going to show up.
It's not just going to show up.
You got to put in the hours. You got to put in the time.
I will always say the number one thing that I can't help you with is getting out of bed and showing up to work.
Yep.
Nobody is calling you and saying, hey, you didn't show up today. You didn't show up today. You do have to be self-motivated. But in the event you are self-motivated and you do show up, and I don't care if you come talk to me every day. Like, if you show up, I can show you the way. And I can hold you accountable to doing that. I can teach you everything that you need to know. And it's not just me. I have a whole leadership team. I have an agent leadership council. I have mentors in the office. I have great trainers in the office. I do a mastermind every Friday. Like, there's not an agent in the office that isn't willing to stop what they're doing to help another agent with anything to be successful. So, like, the number one thing that I can't help you do is show up. The number one thing that you can do to be most successful is show up. The hardest part of a real estate job is to talk to people. And
real estate's a lot personality.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I tell the same people like that when they come work in the bar. I'm like, I can teach you how to, what's on the menu. I can teach you how to approach a table, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to your personality.
Yeah.
Some people just aren't cut out for dealing with the general public, and that's what this job is. That's what your job is. That's what my job is. You know what I mean? Like, some people, and there's nothing wrong with it, they go in and they sit in a desk and they type away for 8-9 hours and then they go home.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. It does take a certain type of person to be in the hospitality, the public eye, those type of industries a lot more.
Yeah. So you mentioned you've got agent leadership council, you've got admins, you've got all these things. So all brokerages offer that, right? Right? I can go anywhere I want, right?
yes, you can.
And they have that.
And I was
No.
going to ask earlier too, like, what
No.
does make the Keller Williams Living here in Brighton, what makes you guys? What if I just got my license, right? Or can you generically get your license? You have to get it through an organization like Keller Williams.
You can generically go get your real
Okay.
estate license. There's multiple real estate schools out there that are excellent.
So I go generically, I get one. Why do I want to choose this as opposed to choosing Remax or, one of the other organizations that's out there? Like, what makes you guys stand above, at least locally in the community?
So
I love that.
Before you answer, I'm just going to just say this. 2 years ago, I was approached to leave. I was given a nice upfront money. They were going to give me no commission cap. They were going to do nothing for 3 years for me. I'm still here. And I was offered a good chunk of change to leave. I will not leave here. So why won't I leave here, Dominick?
Crush on you.
It's true. It's because I have a crush on Dominick. It's true.
The mustache.
It's the mustache.
I mean,
If he shaves the mustache, I'm out. That's the rule.
my wife might be too.
No, so why
Yeah,
why
that's a great
would I not want to leave here?
Yeah, it's number one. Oh gosh, This is a fun one to answer, and there's so many facets to it. Number one is the people, right? If you don't love coming to work every day, or at least enjoy the people that you surround yourself with, that's a disaster.
Sure.
It makes life not great. The reason that I believe that people stay at Keller Williams, or if they do leave to go see the other side and they come back, is I think it's because of the passion of who we are and why we're here. My leadership team is amazing. everyone who is employed in this building, they're here to serve the agents, to help them have a better business and therefore build a better life. We, from the very top of Keller Williams down, I've only been at Keller Williams from the beginning of my career, from the very top of the leadership pole, Gary Keller, who's still not currently the CEO, but he's still at the helm of the company, and he's still working every single day to make sure that they're keeping us trained, that they're keeping us updated with the training. The real estate market is very fluid. They're keeping us informed on exactly what's going on in the market.
Staying fresh.
Staying fresh with our technology, always updating that. If there's other real estate agents watching this at another company, they probably notice that their companies aren't growing anymore. They're not hungry to keep advancing in technology or in training and in all the ways, really. I mean, I wake up every day trying to figure out how to make this place better, to try to figure out how to make our agents better, to see how many more slots I can fit into my schedule to train, to sit down and coach with agents. That's what makes us different. A lot of agents come here from other brokerages around, and they've heard something about Keller Williams from their past brokerage, and then they come over and say, man, I didn't know what I didn't know, right? It's amazing. It really is.
I know, at least in this, like I've experienced, just let's get outside of these walls and let's punch out really quick. I've been to your guys' events that you've held outside of here, Christmas parties, stuff like that. It's all the time. It's a great time. Like, you guys are so super inviting. You know, you welcome everyone, their spouses, their friends, their brother, whoever. Come on out, have a great time. You guys cater well. You're fun people to be around. You're real life people. You're not this stuffy workplace atmosphere. You know, once you get out of here, you guys are, you know, I know you do, you know, you have that jacked up Jeep, and, you know, you like to hunt and shoot guns, and, like, you know, you're not, like you said, you're tattooed. You have this whole different persona outside, and you guys get everyone together outside of here, and everyone just meshes. And like you said, it's the personalities have to vibe well. You want to work well with people. And I know for a fact that when my wife came on board, she kind of got put into like an interview process when she was with, you know, the My Roots. Yeah. And it was like they kind of had to vote, be like, you know, it's almost like a sorority or a frat house, or like, what do you think about this person? Because they want to make sure that the people that they're around are people that they enjoy being around. Yeah. And, you know, and I think that starts at the top. And you hit it right on the head when you said that earlier. Thanks. I think it's really good.
Yeah, man, I love being home with my family on the evenings and the weekends, and getting my kids off to school in the morning and off the bus, you know, in the afternoon. And when Sunday's over, the weekend's over, I'm motivated and excited to wake up on Monday morning and get my ass back in the office and see who else's life I can change.
But let's call it how it is, though. Real estate can be 7 days a week.
It can
I mean, I know you have your Sundays, but real estate really doesn't, and that's something that people need to know too. When you sign up for that, it's not just a 9-to-5 job, right?
Sure.
You know, how many times is, you know, your schedule might not line up with your client's schedule, and you're trying to get to sleep, but they work midnights or whatever it might be, so you're trying to run all around, but you know what, you're doing that, and that's why I think a lot of people keep their real estate agent, because that takes a certain type of passion or devotion to go above and beyond. Yeah. I know some people, I know some realtors that, you know, I have heard through the grapevine that pretty much won't do anything outside the 9-to-5. Sure. Because they refuse to. Well, also, those people are not very successful, and they don't get much, you know, reoccurring customers and clientele because they're not willing to go that little bit extra. Sure. You know, and I feel like you have a good core here that everyone does go a little bit extra. And like I said, you've just built a really good nucleus.
Yeah. So one of our mission, vision, values for this company is to build careers worth having and businesses worth owning, to create lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving, right? You can be a real estate agent that sells 3 houses a year, that uses that money to go take your family on family vacations, right? Or you could be the real estate agent that wants to build an empire and sell 1,000 houses a year. And everywhere in between, you can build the business by design that you want to. And if your business is designed to where you're working 9-to-5, and if somebody needs to see something after 5 o'clock, it's not that their clients won't get shown the house or whatever. Usually what an agent will do is say, hey, Jake.
Right.
Jake, can you show this house for
I'm
me?
going to a game tonight, man. Can you go check
Yeah.
this out? And,
Yeah.
you kick a little bit to that agent that helps you
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, like, the culture here,
Sure.
with everybody in the office, you can literally call somebody like, hey, I'm out of town. Can you show me the house?
We've been in Florida before.
I've done it for you guys,
and
right?
Kaylee has called. She's like, hey, I'm going to call Jake. She throws you a couple bucks, whether they buy the house or not.
Yeah.
Right.
It helped her out in a pinch. And, like,
Yeah.
I was going to lead to that as well. It's like you guys have that good core group here. You guys are all willing to help each other.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Now, I know that there's multiple teams that are within the Keller Williams umbrella, but even people on other teams are reaching out to each other.
they are.
And
They
that's
are.
cool. That's
Yeah.
a really cool, tight-knit family.
We're very collaborative in all of the ways. Like, I mean, team agents, team leaders, individual agents. I mean, it's awesome.
Cool.
All right, so I'm an agent somewhere else, right? And I'm seeing this or I'm hearing about it. I've heard, through the grapevine that you guys aren't as friendly, aren't as nice, or whatever else. Like,
Oh yeah.
where?
What about the one that says that the I've just heard recently that we're just corporate.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're just a corporate company.
That's it.
Um,
So where would I?
Just by walking in this office, just seeing like again this board behind you, the loud, just words, the different like quotes you guys have on the wall. It just shows that you're not just a brick and mortar stuffy corporate company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's more personal.
So if I am an outside agent and I'm seeing this or I'm hearing about it and I've heard Dominick, he seems that way, but he's really not. Like, how do I reach out to you? Do I just come to the office? Where can I find you?
Man, you can call me, you can text me, you can DM
Put the
me.
signal in the air. Do you have that yet?
Literally, yeah.
It's just a mustache. It's just a
I got rooftop,
mustache.
dog.
The mustache.
It's just a mustache bat signal?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
you guys have a rooftop because where can I find you?
Well, we just moved, man.
Good question, Jake.
I do this. Yeah, I set things up.
We just moved down the road to downtown Brighton.
Okay.
We are in the old Preview Properties real estate building. We just bought that and closed on Friday, and our family got bigger. We came together and partnered with Preview Properties.
They're still going to be there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're joining forces with us. Keller Williams Living just grew a whole bunch, and I mean, that's where we're at. It's right down the road. It's
So you got one in
beautiful
Brighton.
new building,
We
and
got one in Howell.
We have another building in Howell, in downtown Howell, next door to the Howell Movie Theater, across the street from Karate's.
Oh, cool.
And that's a beautiful place. But honestly, he could put my number on here, my cell phone. You can call me, you can text me, you can Facebook DM me. If I will sit down and have a coffee with anybody, and I think more importantly, just come talk to me. If you get to know me a little bit, I want to get to know all of them a little bit. Whether they join Keller Williams or not, I will have a coffee with anybody, and if they take a little bit of coaching advice from me, if they want it, I could probably help them have a little bit better of a business just in a conversation.
It might not even be right off the bat, like they'll come meet with you, and then maybe 6 months down the road, they're like, you know what, I'm going to circle back to that because that one guy I talked to was super cool, and you know what I mean? Like, you're a very approachable person.
Thank you. And I meet with people all the time that are never coming to Keller Williams, that just want to pick my brain, and that's perfectly okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have 15 agents underneath me, and I have 1, 2, 3, brokerage. I'm on my own, and I'm like, hey, this guy's good. You'll take my whole team with me?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I will. Yes. I have so many different ways of working this out, and honestly, it just goes back to, I didn't buy the brokerage because owning a brokerage is a more profitable business than selling real estate.
Sure.
It's actually not. Believe it or not, and I know people don't like to believe that, but it's actually not. I became the owner of the Keller Williams brokerage when I realized that how much it changed not only real estate, but Keller Williams, being at Keller Williams, changed my life for generations to come. Mm-hmm. A guy like me who really didn't walk in here with any money, number one. I didn't walk in here with a suit and tie. I didn't walk in here with any experience. I literally couldn't write an email to clients that didn't sound ignorant without having to run it past my wife for editing, or Aaron for editing. I really couldn't. I actually thought I was going to have to go back to take English classes just to have proper grammar so I could send a professional
sound
email.
professional, right?
So I did this because I want people out there to know that you don't have to be some Cadillac driving business professional to be a real estate agent, a successful real estate agent. You can be a high school dropout that knows what hard work is, has dug ditches before, has cleaned up the trash. I mean, and you could come in here with a good work ethic and passing a free 40-hour pre-licensing class, and honestly, I can show you the way.
And it sounds like pretty much every week we do this, another person that is at the top of their craft that is passionate about it, that is informative, that is willing to pass on their information and their know-how to other people.
I still stay late, not just one time a month. I still work late sometimes, but I still stay and hold career night every single month in our office myself because I want to share with anybody who's willing to come the journey of real estate, because I know that it will change their life along the way if they follow it.
When I got in here, I was told when I first sat down, they said that real estate can be life-changing money depending on how hard you work. And I never understood that until I got in and started doing deals, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This is life-changing.
This is drug dealer money.
So it's actually like, so it's funny. I recall a time that, and my wife, I always call her Van Wilder, you know, Lauren. She did college for like a lot of years to become a nurse, but her real goal was to be a stay-at-home mom. But nursing was a good idea for a good stable career that's going to be
right
around
that
forever.
same time frame we were talking about earlier, where that was something that they pushed us into. It was either own a business or go into the medical field.
That's right.
And our age bracket, you know, if you're in the low to mid 40s, that's kind of where they pushed us back then. Yep.
And I remember whenever, like, you know, as I was getting started with my real estate business and, you know, just starting to kind of launch while she was still a nurse. And I knew that I could go into the office, and if I tried hard enough, because I feel like, honestly, the majority of my career getting started, I was probably working at 30% of my actual capacity and making great money. It was really eye-opening one day when I told my wife, I'm like, I had, you know, 4 closings today, and I just deposited 40 grand in the bank. Right? Mm-hmm. That she said, you know, how crazy was it that, and she's a stay-at-home mom now, but she said, as a professional nurse, if she wanted to make an extra 40 grand, she would have to work like a lot of extra hours, like
an extra half a year. Absolutely.
Right?
I mean,
this is one of the only industries that you can actually do that.
Or sell drugs.
Or sell drugs, right.
You either sell drugs or real estate, and you can make a very lucrative living. And, you know, for some people that only need to make 50 grand, they could hustle for a couple months to get those closings and then just chill out. You know what I mean? Like again, you make what you put into it.
And I don't want this to sound like it's
like this is a money grab.
Like
this
it's
is
a money grab or any of that.
No.
Because honest to God, along the way, it was like the money that comes into your life is equivalent to who you become as a person along the way.
Absolutely.
I had to reinvent myself completely from who I was when I walked in this door. And I honestly, I spent every day at turning my radio off in my truck and listening to
podcasts,
to motivational speaking, to real estate. I spent every waking hour, I mean, whether I'm in the shower or working out, learning something and growing as a human being and building my craft constantly and reading every book that I could, because I knew that if I could just become the person who can handle that kind of money, then it will come.
It'll come. Absolutely.
Who you surround yourself is. What's the saying you say all the time?
Oh, you're the sum total of the 5 people that you spend the most time with.
Yep.
And early on, when I heard that, I was like, well, I don't know any millionaires, and I want to be a millionaire. Like, how the hell could I do that? And that's when I went to YouTube and I started searching up millionaire mindset. And I started listening to Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar and
I like Ziglar.
Right?
Yep.
And all these guys, and they were sitting in the passenger seat of my truck, basically telling me all of their wisdom, and I was just soaking it in every day.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing. Like that is KW is an open book. Like if I want to know how you're doing your business, I can see it, and then I'm like, can you help me? And our office specifically will do those type of things.
100%.
So you've talked about the career nights. You've talked about all these things that you guys are doing. Do you have anything that we could like follow you with? I can add it on to the end, but is there anything you want to have us so you can say and have us follow?
Yeah, follow the KW Living Facebook page. We also have an Instagram for KW Realty Living. You can follow me personally at Dominick Comer. I share all of those to invite people to career nights and any other, I mean, even for existing real estate agents, for other events that we're putting on, you're invited to anything that we do.
Right, just to pick your brain, get another side of the coin.
Anything. Any trainings that I hold.
At the time that you stop trying to learn is the time you'll stop trying to grow.
And that's the day you start dying.
Yep, pretty much.
Or events that KW puts on or we put on.
I have guests at just about everything that we do that are from other real estate companies, and it's not because they have an intention on coming and joining us, but it's because I invite them in to come learn.
So what if I want to go, because I know KW's got 2 big events that they do every year, Mega Agent, and then they've also got Family Reunion.
Yeah.
So what if I'm an outside agent and I want to go to Mega with you guys? Is there a way like I can not be known?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
We actually have guests at just about every Mega camp, Mega Agent camp, and Family Reunion. If you're interested, reach out.
Okay.
I mean, we sit down and have a coffee and a conversation, and and it's the right thing at that time, I will invite you.
And Family Reunion's in February and Mega's usually in August.
Yeah, Mega Camp is this year. It's August 11th through the 15th.
And that's in San Antonio this year.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, so
It's gonna be hot.
It is going to be hot. The final question, which has been apparently it's the new thing I've done the past.
Final question.
It's final question time. It's been the last 3 I've asked it. What's next? What's next for you? What's next for KW Living? What's next?
All right. So we just got a really great big deal done and bought a building down the road that I never thought humanly was possible in my life, I guess. And reflecting on it. What's next? There's another area in Michigan that I'd like to expand to.
Okay.
I won't say that one out loud on camera yet.
No, absolutely.
But I want to expand out a little bit more, and I mean, the bigger my footprint is that I can change more lives. That's what I'm going to do. I will one day go on to be a professional coach full time, and hopefully get to speak and talk. I really want to just help kids and help them understand that there's big things out
there. Help the other
dropouts.
dropouts, right?
Help the other dropouts, yeah. I've had a pretty awesome journey, and I've been very blessed, and it would be selfish of me to not share that and see how I can help others, because it was me.
I think a lot of people get, that stigma to where people got to where they are because, they started with money, or they knew the right people, this and that. I mean, you didn't sugarcoat or anything. You're like, dude, I fucking sucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, I had nothing going, didn't have a care in the world, dropped out of school, blah, blah, this and that. Like, it shows, and now you've gotten to where you've been by being passionate, by putting in the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You weren't a trust fund baby. You didn't come from money. You weren't born into it.
No.
You got to where you are on your own. Well, I'm sorry, not on your own.
Yeah, no.
But you got to where you are because of your brain and your passion.
Yeah, and yeah, it's possible.
It just shows
right?
that it's capable for anyone. Anyone that's listening, anyone that's sitting at home, eating a bag of chips, drinking a beer at noon on a Tuesday.
I used to do that.
Right. I still do that sometimes. But that's what's fun about owning your own business. You can make your own schedule and do that. But I mean, for someone that's sitting out there that's like checking things out, wants to hear you talk, and they can be like, wow, maybe that's something I could do. I never thought about that career change. Wow, did he just say 40 grand in 3 transactions? Do you know what I mean? Like, and the money, I think, is something that draws people in.
Yeah.
But then when they see the amount of work they have put in, they're kind of like, is it worth it? Yeah, damn right it's worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you can provide for your family, and especially with that short amount of, and I don't want to say like 4 houses is easy, right? Because how many times do you show a family or show somebody a house before they actually commit? To get to that one house, you could show 60 houses before they finally find that one.
That's
so
right.
it's definitely, it's work.
And you could go through 10,000 hours of training, right? I mean,
you can go through months without getting a call. Do you know what I mean? It's stick with it in the end. I know that personally, like my wife has had ruts where she's gone into where she's like, I don't know, but then she sticks with it a little bit, and all of a sudden, and it always times it out perfect to where like when we're on vacation, all of a sudden, like I mentioned earlier, she gets a call and she's got 2 new clients, needs to show a house, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
I know. I leave for vacation in 7 days, and I'm excited for my phone to ring. That's all I know.
Exactly. You're like, all right, start getting busy. Here we go.
Exactly.
It'll be ringing all week.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, I appreciate it. It was a last-minute phone call, and who you are as a person, like 2 rings you picked up, and we're jumping at the opportunity to help us out, so we appreciate that.
I'm
but
in the middle of a move right now. My truck's connected to a trailer.
we'll be fine. So we appreciate you helping us out. And then I'll put all the socials up there. I'll put his information up there. If you're interested in either getting your license, you are an agent, want to switch over, you can either reach out to myself, you can reach out to Nick, we'll get you in contact, or you can just reach out to Dominick, and we'll get you in touch with him. So appreciate it, my friend.
Yeah, you got it, man. Awesome.
coming on,
Thanks
buddy.
for doing this.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. No problem.
Well,
Can I just say, like, he's a really good speaker. Like, on top of everything he had to offer, he's got it. Like I said, I was offered to leave. I contemplated it for a hot minute because it was a good financial bonus I would have got. But just listen to him, like, I couldn't leave. I wouldn't want to leave. And for those of you that don't know, we're in the old building right now because the new one, they moved in on Friday, so they're setting it all up. So we're in the old one, and nothing's here.
it's just Jake and I in a big empty room all by ourselves, and our feelings and a bunch of alcohol.
It's true. They're officially moved out of here, but it's sad to see this building go because this is where I started.
That's where you started from, sure.
I started here, but the new building is going to be so much better and so much more worth it for them and everything. But just listening to Dominick talk and what he has to say, like I said, every time there's a meeting that he's leading, I'll sit and listen. He's always got some kind of nugget.
Mm-hmm. And he's just, like I said earlier, he's approachable.
Yeah.
First time I ever met him, comes at me, shakes my hand, hey, what's going on? Hey, beers are over here, this and that. Cool.
Now, I got a good story with him is, so I got licensed and you get like a swearing-in ceremony. You go in front of which is LCAR, which is the board that I'm on, Livingston County.
Yep.
Because in real estate, you have different boards you can be part of.
Yep.
So I'm with LCAR, and we had a meeting, and basically you stand up there, and they give you your pin. Your broker puts your pin on you, they shake your hand, you get a thing, and you get to go sit down. Well,
Did he have a paddle he smacked your ass with too?
I wish. No. He didn't have the mustache at the time, so that's different. No, so we had this, and afterwards, there were so many comments on Facebook about what is Keller Williams doing over there? Like, why are they bringing these people on? And I was like, what the hell's going on? And I finally looked into it. They go, they're letting people in shorts and flip-flops come to these very important meetings because I was in shorts and flip-flops. That's who I am.
I don't think I've ever seen you outside of shorts and flip-flops.
It's true. Well, you have, but different stories. OnlyFans. And that's who I am, right? I wear it all the time. And he went to bat for me. Him and Aaron went to bat and said, are we really judging people by what they're wearing? And I went on that year to do a lot of real estate. I think I did almost $4 million in real estate that year. And it's like, it doesn't matter what you wear. And look at him. He started from nothing.
Sure.
He's tatted up.
I feel like we're stigma breaking on all these people we're talking to, because that was the whole point of this. When we had a drunken night conversation in Vegas, it was like, how can we just show, again, how can we expose different businesses in the area that people might have a stigma about or might not know enough about to go and approach or use, or you know what I mean? And I feel like that's what it is. When you think real estate, you think, back when we were kids, like Dom mentioned, they're wearing their suit and ties.
Stuffy.
They're walking stuffy. Yep, perfect example.
It's people that are, 90 years old. They're in three-piece suits. They're driving the Cadillacs.
They're too good for you. So that's very intimidating to even a first-time home buyer.
Yeah.
You're 24 years old. You're trying to buy a house or something like that, and you go this guy who
Peggy's been doing it 50 years.
Right, and this guy or girl's walking around constantly, answering their phone, this and that, and they're walking through the house, but they're on their phone the whole time. Like you just don't feel like there's that connection there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like the fact that you can have people that look homeless and be able to sell houses.
It's true. But it just speaks for this office specifically, right? And it's not all KWs because there are so many KWs out there that are very corporate minded. Mm-hmm. This office is so unique, and toot, they're the best in Livingston County.
They are.
Right? Like
They are.
they're always at the top of the charts because other agents that are really good agents want to be part of it because it's not that corporate mindset.
Yep.
You know?
It's the come as you are. It's the Kaya aspect. You know what I mean?
100%.
Where it's just, again, you can be that guy that you want to, and that's all about your personal front at that point. If you want to wear the suit and tie and you want to do that stuff, cool. That's your brand. That's
And
what
there
you're
are
trying to
agents who do that.
Right. But if you have a brand that, again, is wearing Hey Dudes shorts and a wrestling t-shirt, that's my brand. I'm going to lean into it. And people are going to gravitate towards you for that. You're going to, you know, like he made a very good point, and my wife and I have said this forever, that you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend most time around. That is such a true statement. And, you know, we learned that when we were younger, listening to like the Ed Milet's and the stuff like that, to where it's, again, you know, I don't think I could tell you the last time my wife was in the car and when I'm not in there and she was listening to music. Because every time she's in the car, she's got a podcast of some sort. She has a motivational speaker type on there, like
Same.
whether they're older or newer, she's listening to them and she's just soaking it in.
It's when I'm with the family, I've got probably country music.
Sure,
When
country
it's
or Baby Shark.
Right, yeah, mostly. No, that's when I'm by myself.
That's when we're jamming.
Exactly. When I'm by myself, though, when I'm by myself, it's purely podcasts on just people that are going to help me grow and become a better person. And I'm on the road so much with entertainment company, driving. Like right now, we're getting bars downriver. It's an hour drive for me, so I'm listening to I'm listening to a good podcast on the way there and a good podcast on the way back. I'm getting as much as I can in 2, 3, 4 days a week. I'm just soaking out as much as I can. The problem is, now I've learned all this. I go home and I'm like, I heard this and this and this and this. I want to do this and that, and then my ADD just because it's so good. It's like drinking out of a fire hose because you get so much knowledge and you're like, you want to put it all in place. You can come to our team meetings, and almost every agent will talk about what they're doing to lead a big successful business, and it's so like, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that and that, but you can't.
Right.
And I've sat down with him last fall. I was like, I don't know where I'm going with my real estate world. I don't know what it looks like. And him, myself, my admin, we sat down and figured out what is those next steps for us. He'll do that for anybody in this office, either Brighton or Howell office, right? Both his. He'll do that for anybody. And it just speaks to who he is. And the stigma when we went and got preview properties, that people are like, yeah, that Dominick seems that well, but you know, he's not everybody it seems. He really is.
Totally when we got to Dom. Absolutely. Like it was only a matter of time because we were just kind of picking our brains, like who we knew. Luckily, when we had our guest this week kind of bail out, you were able to call him last minute. He's like, "What do you guys need? I'm on it." And you know, even though showed up today, it was kind of a little chaotic, couldn't get in the building, this and that. Rather than him he could have easily said, "You know what? I got a lot of shit to do over here. We just moved guys. Like, sorry, you know, can we do this or that?" He's like, how can we make this work? We need some calls. We got the keys.
Right. He's like, can you guys do it tomorrow? We're like, oh, we're kind of busy. He's like, then I'll make it work.
Right. Then he said he'll make it work. You know, he adapted around our schedule, and you know, and that's even someone just in real estate in general.
Yeah.
Those are the people that you want to deal with. You know, not the people that are the 9-to-5s, the sticklers, like, no, which again, we've said that you can call people and they can help you out. But also, you want the person that, even if it's an inconvenience, as long as it's respectful, they're going to be there.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? If you call someone up on Christmas Eve and you say, hey, I want to go see a house real quick, 6 o'clock tonight, what do you think? Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? But for the most part, like, if you can open up and you can, shave a few minutes off and you can go show some people and go out of your norm and go out of the 9-to-5, which I feel like that's everyone in this office.
I've showed a house on Christmas Eve before, right? But I told them, hey.
You actually have?
I have, but it was in the morning, right? I said, hey.
Different.
They're like, I really want to see this house. This is one I've been looking at for a while, just hit the market. Let's go look at it. It was out in Lansing. I drove an hour out to Lansing to show them this house, but I told them, I have plans at 1 o'clock. I have no problem showing you, but by 1 o'clock, I got to be done. We saw it at 10:30. Did what we have to do. We put an offer in.
They liked it. I was going to say they liked it. They wanted to put an offer in.
Put the offer in. We didn't get it, but it's fine.
But you still put an offer in on Christmas Eve.
Right.
And that just shows the mentality of the people that work in this office. And I think it all, just like everything, pretty much like it starts from the top down in successful businesses.
It does. And, I could say, I have a quote unquote man crush because when you talk and listen to him, it's just, he's got something to say. And I hate coming to the meetings because then I'm like, I want to do more. I want to do that because my ADD overwhelms me, and I'm like, I want all these things, but it's so good to listen to.
And I bet a part of you doesn't want to go to the meeting too because you could find 100 other things you'd rather do.
Oh gosh,
you know what I mean? Like
our meetings are every other Tuesday at 11:01.
Sure.
That's what time they are.
Sure.
11 o'clock on a Tuesday, I could be doing a lot of different.
You could be doing a lot of different things, but you're choosing to do it because the people that are relaying that message to you, that information to you, you respect them and you value their word.
Well, and you think of a meeting, right? And you're going to a meeting and it's
Stuffy.
It's
like stuffy is the best word I think we've described.
Here's
this whole industry is people have this stigma of stuffy.
We sit down, right? We all set tables and they put a presentation on there and it's always about here's the latest in the market, right? Because they're educating us while we're in these meetings. Here's what's going on in the market. We have mortgage guys come in. We have other people come in that will tell us what's happening. We've had guest speakers come in that own moving companies, that are plumbers, that are electricians, that they want to tell you things that they've seen so you can tell your clients.
Sure.
Dominick will get up there and say, here's what's going on in Keller Williams land. Here's what's going on in Livingston County. We have one of our agents will say, here's the houses that have been sold, here's the median price. And yeah, it's stuffy, but it's done in such a way, that's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's a lot of information, but it's done in such a way that you actually want to know it.
Sure.
It's not here's the report, how's it going?
It's not like going to a college class.
Right.
Where a professor's reading shit off and you're like, oh my God.
And that's the funny thing is, like, I relate that to, like, my entertainment company. There's another couple companies out there that are, hey, what color is a stop sign? Good luck. And they're out there.
You know what the name of that company is? Go ahead, you can go beep.
It's actually not them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's another company.
Oh.
They're old school in that way, right? And here's your question.
Sure.
Right? It's boring, it's mundane. In my world, there are companies who they're boring and they're not, other bars and restaurants are not happy with it because they're stuffy.
Right.
We go in, when we set up a bar, for the first 2 months, we run a game, just as is. We have our hosts figure out what kind of clientele we're seeing, and then we start tailoring that bar to what we have.
Uh-huh.
So we know at the Pound is more a younger crowd on our trivia nights,
Yep.
right?
You have to adapt.
I won't run those questions that are younger at a bar that's mostly 50-year-olds.
Sure.
When we learn that type of things, and that's what KW is. It's for everybody, but it's not that stuffiness, right? They start learning who they're doing business with, and they communicate with them. Like Dominick and I can sit there and have some drinks and have a great relationship.
Yeah.
And there are some people that are suit guys that he can talk to them that way. It's just a weird world of real estate, but
It is.
it's one that we weren't expecting to do this one so much sooner, but we're happy we got to do it.
Mm-hmm. But now, I'm glad we got to come in and talk with them. I really hope that they do something like this at the new place.
They are.
Again, it's inviting.
Yeah.
Because when you walk in, and like Kale's desk was right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You walk in, you see that, you look around, like I was saying before, you see all these quotes, think bigger and all this stuff for the love of real estate. Like it gets people excited to want to be here.
Yeah.
As opposed to walking into a cubicle brick and mortar building that literally is, hey, go over there, you have to call today.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like here you walk in the door and I feel like you need to crack a beer.
Well, it's funny. It's like in the fridge, which is now empty because they moved, but in the fridge there was always beers.
Actually, there's no fridge there at all.
I say it's all
Let's
moved,
just call it what it is.
but there was always beers and drinks and wines that
Why not?
you have a closing, take it to your clients.
Why not?
It's just how those things are.
Yep.
And there's a bar that I've started with, the Southline Hotel. It burned down, right? And it was in 1867 was when it was built. The owner told me very well. Built in 1867, and up until it's now going to be 9 years that it's been open since burning. Since it burned down 9 years ago. Because I've been married 9, it burned down the year I got married. So it burned down. And he said from 1867 until 9 years ago, it took that many years to get stuff into it, an establishment. With KW moving over, and then since they reopened, Southline Hotel has had to add things, and they added photos on the walls and other things.
It takes a while to make your brand.
And now that they're moving over, and that building is like 1920s that they're moving into. It was the old Canopy Lounge. The old Canopy Lounge.
Yep.
So it's going to take time for them to develop it into what we are seeing right here. And they're going to get the signs, they're going to do all those things.
But make it better.
And they're going to make it home,
yep.
right? He said that finally, Keller Williams, we talk about buying houses all the time, and we were renting this building. Now Keller Williams is preaching what they talk. They bought the building, and they're going to make it a home.
This was only rented before?
This was only rented.
I suppose we're in a strip mall.
Yeah. So it was only rented. So now they're buying and making that home. I want to address something real quick. We've been talking about stereotypes with a lot of businesses lately,
Mm-hmm.
right? We talked with Jerry about how weed has been demonized. We talked about, Dominick and KW, how people think they're not what they really are. We talked to Aaron about the shots and how people think they're horrible things, and it can help people. We'll talk about us for a minute.
We're getting deep.
We're not going to get deep, but people, I don't know if I'm going to use any of this, but I'm going to say it on camera while I have it.
He loves me.
We want to we want to feature businesses in the state of Michigan. And yeah, we've talked to some other people, and we started with, talking about some local establishments that were, in the beer industry, and talked to vendors and stuff, because that's who we knew at the beginning. But now, as you can tell, we're not.
Right.
And we want to feature other outside
We're
businesses.
getting feedback from people.
Yeah, we're getting feedback.
People don't just want to see the bar thing. That was the original plan, right?
Yeah, it was.
We'll have an alcohol on, we'll have a beer on, we'll do this and that. But people just in general want to see what's going on in the community, what's going on in their state.
Yeah.
And I think we need to lean into that. We need to have fun.
We are.
We need to move around. We put together a list earlier. We got some people we're thinking of. It's going to make us travel outside of our comfort zone, which is a few miles from our house. I'm willing to make drives. Like, people want to
Field trip.
Yeah, dude. If people want to go ahead and they want to, get their brand out there, they want to show things, let us know. I'm totally in.
I want to learn what else there is. I mean, I grew up in Redford, so I know a little bit about that. I moved to South Lyon, and I've been in the South Lyon for basically 15 years. I know South Lyon. I know Brighton pretty well. I know Heartland, because that's where I live really well. What do we have outside of that?
Right.
I don't know.
I know Milford, Brighton, Heartland.
Yeah.
Little Howell.
Yeah.
But outside of that, we need more.
I want to know what's out in Waterford.
Yep.
What's out in
What
Livonia.
is there to do? Like, we want to bring exposure to people that are trying to get the brand out there, right?
That's exactly it. We want to feature your business. We want to talk about what you have to offer, and are you worth a shot, right? Because we haven't actually said, is this worth a shot? And I'm going to go on the limb, and I'm going to say real estate is not worth a shot to people.
And you know what? It's funny because the whole podcast, we've always been positive, right? Like, it's not worth a shot to everyone.
Exactly my point.
It's discretional. It's your own personal experience.
How you make of it?
It's your own personal life that revolves around if real estate is worth a shot.
Obviously, because your wife's in it and I'm in it, that real estate has the biggest fallout rate.
And let's call it what it is, dude. It's not easy.
It is.
We're going to sit here, we're talk with him like everything's sunshine and rainbows, but it's not, is it?
No.
You've had months where nobody's called you at all, right? Where you sit there and you make calls, you this and that.
Yeah.
And you think about just getting out completely.
There are times where I'm like, I have nothing on the plate. All my clients
nothing
are
in the pipeline, nothing on the plate, nothing's closing. You're like, even if someone signed right today, you're looking at least a month before you even get a dollar.
Oh no.
But I'm saying at least. At least.
Dominick says it, and I always forget the exact day, but it's whatever you do now, you don't see that money for 3 to 5 months. It's somewhere in that range. So if I meet you today,
in the grand scheme, on average.
Correct. Yeah,
you could have someone that you literally meet someone today, they go see a house tomorrow.
Correct.
They love it, the offer gets accepted, boom, a month.
Correct.
But that doesn't happen all the time.
Correct.
You could meet me today for the first time and say, hey, you're a real estate agent, I'm not, I'm looking to move. We could see 75 houses. I could waste the next 3 months of your time until you get that one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's not so much it's not worth a shot. It's not worth a shot if you're not going to put the work in.
Right.
You
have to put in the work.
It is 100% worth the shot and life-changing if you will do the work.
And if you're passionate about it, and honestly, and if going with the Keller Williams Living of Brighton, they are passionate about it.
Oh, if we're talking about just KW Living is 100%, 1,000%
That's
worth a shot. Real estate in general,
itself, it all depends on your demeanor, your body, and you.
Yeah.
But you're right. As far as if we're talking that, you've explored other options, you've done the Remax, you've done I don't even know any other ones. Just because Keller Williams is just what's been in my head since my wife joined,
right.
And that's all I know. And that's all I have blinders on, right? Because they have such a good organization in this building alone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now the new building, but with this organization alone, they have such a good, values and whatnot that I don't even realize that there are other companies out there.
Agreed. And like I said, the whole point of this podcast is we want to feature businesses and we want to talk about if they're worth it. And at the end of the day, Keller Williams Living is worth it. If you are an agent who you're not happy with your brokerage and you want to learn how to actually do other things, or maybe you have an agent in your office like he's doing really well. Well, KW Living, they'll do that. I've gone in and sat down with other agents and said, how are you doing this? I want to learn. And they will show me how they do it.
Sure.
Dominick will sit down with me and say, this is how you need to grow your business. What did you start with? How do we focus on that? As far as KW Living goes, it's worth a shot without. In real estate, it is, and it's also not worth a shot because the stigma around it is, I got my license, I'm gonna be a millionaire because it's so easy to do the work.
It's not.
And it's not. You
Again,
have to put the work in.
You are an agent, I'm not, but I'm married to someone who is.
Correct.
And again, man, we talked about this earlier. you could go a very long time without selling a house. You could go a very long time without even getting anybody interested.
Yeah.
But then the flip of a dime, you could have 6 people lined up. You know what I mean?
It's at the end of the day, it's who you are as a person. You know yourself better than anybody else. Is it gonna be worth a shot for you or someone you know? So, you know, at the end of the day, the whole point of the podcast is it worth a shot? Keller Williams Living, without a doubt, worth a shot.
Yep.
Real estate is and also not, depending on you as an individual. So you need to figure out who you are. Is it worth it for you? And kind of figure it out. If you're interested, reach out to me, or you can reach out to Nick, his wife, Dominick. We can get you in touch with either getting your license or moving your license over to Keller Williams. We'll figure it out and we'll kind of go from there. But as far as next week goes, I'm not gonna promise anything anymore because
I wouldn't either.
things kind of change.
Your empty promises have
I know.
broken my heart this week.
Now, it's happening. I just don't know when. And I can't tell you when it's happening.
Okay.
But it is going to happen. We just have to finagle some things. So,
I got a few. I think we'll be able to line up here in the near future. That could be fun.
interesting.
Talking about being in shape and being ready for it, and
Am I going to die?
we're all gonna die, bro.
Am I going to die sooner than everybody else then?
Also maybe, but this,
Here we go.
we're gonna have some fun.
Can't
We
wait.
got some people on board. We got people reaching out to us. We're reaching out to other people. Like, we're gonna have some fun. We got some things coming up in the next few months that I think will be really informative and be able to talk to people and just, you know, show new businesses in the area, old businesses, just things that are working that people might not even know about.
So we do have social media now.
We do.
So we'll post that up there, but you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok on the way if it's not up yet. So follow us on those, and we'll talk to you soon.
We're a couple old millennials trying to get new and hip with the young kids, right?
Young and hip. So yeah, follow us soon, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. All right, welcome back. Today we have Dominick Comer. Oh, fuck. Your name is hard to say.
Yeah.
Why is it? Okay,
You can just say Dominick, it's fine.
let's do that.
Otherwise we'll be here. Otherwise we'll be here for days.
Fucking. All right. Welcome back. Today we have Dominick, owner of KW. Fucking A. Welcome back. Today we have Dominick. Fucking A, dude. Why is this so hard?
You've never
hard
had
for me
issues
too.
before this one.
It's hard for
Right.
me too.
You're intimidating.
I'm no good at doing these videos.
Here we go.
Especially if it's scripted. Or
Right. It's nothing
somewhat.
scripted except our bloopers.
Our bloopers
My
are the
kid
best.
thinks our bloopers are scripted. That's just us being dumb.
It is.
We need to stop being so serious all the time. We need to make more jokes in the middle. We need to get up, take drinks, fart, burp. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
We'll get there.
Yeah.
All right,
stick
so
up my ass right now.
it's not a stick.
Oh no.
Where was I going with it? Till Nick said something about his butthole.
Sorry, I got you off track.
That's true.
So you had a couple of questions.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
appreciate you.
Oh man.
No, me.
You just want to look at my
Didn't
leg.
work.
You just want to look at my legs.
I have small legs. I have nice calves.
You got small veins. We know that.
Oh, even the main vein.
Even the main vein.
Oh, you already hit record, didn't you?
What? No.
Fuck. Should bring Nerf guns up here.
We should.
Turn off all the lights.
Oh,
Take a bunch of edibles.
I was like, what are you talking about? Turn off all the lights.
My subscription for smacking sunflower seeds. Is shipping.
Your subscriptions for smacking what now?
Smacking cheeks. Sorry, it's beating cheeks.
That's it.
Just a tripod setup. People are gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Welcome
here?"
back.
2 chairs and a tripod.
That's it.
That's the name of my sex tape.
Oh my God. I got my license. Like real estate, it's like drinking out of a fire hose. You can come sit in our team meeting and they'll talk about every different thing that they want to talk about.
I'm sorry. I can picture you just holding.
I'm sure you can picture me holding something. Go ahead.
All right, say it. You can start over again. I won't look at you while you're talking. Go ahead.
Please.
Okay. And they do it with a smile. Yeah, that's terrible.
But so
These are fucking. Whew. All right, let's talk. Let's get back to what we're doing.
We just
shit for.
I'm gonna cut this in right now because we just went on like a 30-minute tangent of other things, but we're none of.
Fuck shit.
I'm gonna cut this in. I'm gonna cut this in right now because we just went on a 30-minute tangent of other things, of just whatever.
We're just filming bloopers,
We are.
as Jordy would say.
Just filming the bloopers. But what I was trying to say is,
Yes!
and whatever battery I have left, let's use it for. Damn it! Fucking at least finish your beer. You're gonna splash it everywhere. And let's do a couple reels so we can get them onto the new Facebook page. I hope you choke. Yeah, so from us here at Worth a Shot Podcast, we.
Not now, Jameson. We're working. No. Ah! You
gotta say it.
Do it.
You gotta
thought
say it.
I'm not doing it now.
You gotta say
You
it.
just gotta fucking do it. It's gotta be like nonchalant. You just Nick out.
Boom.